Hi everyone, welcome to PYF, Presha Yoga Fit, and I am Presha. This is a 20-minute full body yoga flow. It will target your main muscles and also make you feel energized and centered at the same time. So roll out your mat and let's get started. Let's begin the practice on all fours, hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips. Spine to be long, and we'll warm up a little bit, so curl the toes. With an inhale, arch your back and lift your tailbone, coming into a cow stretch. And exhale, pressing into the mat, round the spine, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, arch the back, tailbone lifts up. The chest goes forward through the gateway of the shoulders. And exhale, press into the mat, round your spine. Again, inhale, arch the back, lift your tailbone, but at the same time when you're doing this, now take your hips back towards your heels. Partially coming into a child's pose and also stretching the bottoms of the feet by keeping those toes curled, and as we are taking those hips to the heels, we are feeling that stretch in the bottoms of the feet. Then with an exhale, you're going to slowly go forward and keep the spine round, so coming into a cat stretch. And exhale, come back to center. Inhale again, lift your tailbone, arch the back, but also take your hips towards your heels. And exhale, go forward, rounding the spine and coming into a cat stretch. Inhale, arch the back, tailbone lifts, hips to the heels. Exhale, go forward, roll forward, keep the spine round and press into the mat. One more time. Inhale, arch the back, lift the tailbone, hips towards the heels. And exhale, go forward, roll forward, spine to be round and press into the mat with those hands. With an inhale, come back to center. Go shift forward and back just to warm up the wrists. Now turn both your fingertips facing or pointing to the left and the right side, and then shift from side to side. Now shift both your fingertips or turn both your fingertips towards the kneecaps and just go back and forward a few times. This is a little bigger stretch. So again, you want to be mindful of how much do you want to go back. If you're feeling any pain, then you want to come back to facing or pointing your fingertips forward, and then just shift back and forward just as you did a few seconds ago. Turning your fingertips now internally towards each other, but palms facing up, pressing into the mat. Close and open your fingers here. Close into a tight fist and open and spread those fingers. Again, close and open. Close, open again. One more time, close and open. Try to keep those elbows slightly straight. We can obviously bend those elbows slightly, but we're not bending too much into the elbows. Then facing the palms down again, shifting forward and back again a few times. And then coming back to center, and we are going to press into the mat with those hands and lift the knees and the hips up, drive those hips up into our first downward facing dog. We're going to pedal the feet here, bending into one knee and stretching and extending the other heel down. And then keep switching this from one leg to other. Now we're going to normalize the downward dog. So press into the mat with the hands. The finger pads, the knuckle pads, and also lift the backs of your thighs up. Take the gaze forward with an exhale. Start to walk your feet towards your hands. Bringing those feet under the hips, keeping a slight bend in the knees. Release the weight off the head. Then we are going to slowly roll the spine up, one vertebra at a time. And then once we reach all the way up, we're going to take an inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Lift your chest and lift and reach your ring finger up towards the ceiling. And with an exhale, start to bend into your knees. Take your hips back. Imagine you were going to sit on a chair and come into Utkatasana or chair pose. Keep the chest lifted. Shift the weight of the body onto the heels instead of the toes. Exhale, coming into a twist, bring the right elbow outside of your left thigh. Keep the torso nice and long and keep pressing down with that right heel down into the mat because the right knee starts to bend a little bit more. So let's keep pressing down with that right heel. Spinning the left shoulder back. Inhale, come back to center, back into your chair pose. And exhale, twist to the other side. So left elbow outside of your right thigh. Torso stays long and keep pressing down into the mat with that left heel. Spin the right shoulder back. Inhale, come back to center, into chair. Exhale, deepen the chair and go all the way with a deep squat. Now take your time and use the strength of your core and bring slowly your seat down. You can also use your hands, obviously. Then step your feet forward and we are going to take boat pose. So lift the chest up, lift the lower back up. Bend into both your knees and bring the shins parallel to the mat. Extend the arms forward, chin away from the chest. With an exhale, bring those hands to your heart center. Start to come into a half boat, so come into a hollow shaped body. Bring those elbows and hug them to the sides of the body. Flex the feet, pointing toes up. Exhale, come back to that same boat pose, bending into the knees, bringing the shins parallel, lifting the chest and lower back lifts up. Then right ankle over the left, bring the knees in towards the chest, step the hands, step the feet down, and then step your hands down and step back with both your feet and come into a high plank. Press into the mat, spread those shoulder blades, draw the belly button in towards the spine. Now we're going to turn both the heels to the right side, and you can do this with your feet as to heels turning to the right, or you can stack your left foot on the right foot. Keep lifting your hips up and reach your left arm up, coming into a side plank. Exhale, look down, bring the left hand down and come back into a high plank. Inhale in a high plank. Exhale, turn again, feet either this way or stacking your right foot on left. And inhale, reach your right arm up. Keep your hips lifted up. Exhale, come back to right hand down. Inhale, back into your high plank. And exhale all the way down onto the belly and to the chest. Extending the arms back, inhale, lift the chest and lift your legs up. Squeeze with your glutes. Exhale, frame your hands down and press back up into a downward facing dog. Big breath through the nose in downward dog. Open the mouth, exhale and sigh it out. Now inhale, reach and extend your right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee and knee to the nose, pressing into the mat, round your upper back. So come into that cat stretch. And then step your right foot forward between the thumbs, coming onto your fingertips, lifting your chest up. Inhale, sweep your arms up and take a high lunge. Extending and reaching those fingertips up towards the ceiling. With an exhale, bring your hands to your heart center and come into a twist, bringing the left elbow outside of your right thigh. Keep pressing that left thigh up. Keep the torso nice and long. Spin the right shoulder back. Now we're going to take an inhale, lift up, stay in that twist. Take your arms out like T. Palms are facing down, and we're going to rotate and come into warrior two. So spin your left heel down into a 90-degree angle so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Right knee and right ankle are aligned. Spread into your shoulder blades here. Tucking your tailbone down and under. Then left arm down, right palm flips up. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, reach your right arm forward, parallel to the mat again. Hinge slightly forward and bring the right hand down onto your fingertips, reaching and extending that left arm above your left earlobe. Spin the left shoulder back, keep your torso long. Extended side angle pose. Take another inhale here. With an exhale, we'll bring the hands to the heart center and transition into a goddess or a temple pose. So bend into both your knees. Keep those knees drawing towards, opening towards the pinky toes or the smaller toe. And keep the chest lifted, spine to be long, hands to your heart center. Inhale in goddess or temple. And with an exhale, we're going to start to turn to the back of the mat. So come with the right toe down, right heel up, and reach your both arms up. So now you're coming into a high lunge, facing the back. Good. With an exhale, we're going to bring our arms to the sides of the body and hinge slightly forward. So coming into a runner's lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up, come back into a high lunge. Exhale back into your runner's lunge. Keep the spine long. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, runner's lunge. Now pause in runner's lunge, and with an inhale, we're going to start to lift that right leg up and take warrior three. Hold for another 3, 2, 1. With an inhale, we will keep the right leg off the mat, reach both the arms up. Bending into the right knee and drive the right knee forward, balancing on your left foot. Now with an exhale, we'll come in Garuda Asana or Eagle's Pose. So you're going to wrap your right leg around the left leg once. You can also keep your right toe tapping it down onto the mat, or twice. Ooh, I'm wobbly myself. And now we're going to bend into the knees as if we were taking a chair again. Take your left arm up and your right elbow under, keeping your elbows aligned with the shoulders. Breathe, stay with your breath, stay centered, stay focused. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. With an exhale, we're going to step that right foot down, reach both the arms up, inhale. And we'll take the same cycle or same sequence on the other side. So exhale, bend into both your knees and come back into chair. Same sequence, but now we're facing the back of the mat, and we'll again arrive to the front of the mat. All right, inhale, stay here. Exhale, twisting in that chair, left elbow outside of the right thigh, spine to be long, press into the mat a little harder with that left heel, keep the torso nice and long. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. And with an exhale, deeper, deeper with that squat. With or without using your hands, we are going to bring the seat down, step the feet forward, and transition into lifting the chest up and lifting the lower back and taking a boat pose, keeping those shins parallel to the mat, chin away from the chest. Now let's bring those hands to the heart center. Extend the legs and extend the upper body, bringing this hollow shape in the body, elbows hugging into the sides of the body. Flex both your feet, engaging your abdominal muscles. Come back to exhale to a boat pose. Bending both your knees again, rebending both the knees and finding those shins parallel to the mat again. Again, crossing right ankle over the left, knees in, stepping the feet down, framing the hands down, and step back into a high plank. Spread into those shoulder blades, press into the mat with those hands. Protraction with the shoulder blades, so thinking of cat stretch when you're pressing into the mat. Now, again, we are going to come into side plank, so exhale, spin those heels to the left. You can also stack the right leg on left and reach your right arm up. Keep those hips lifted up. Exhale, look down, bring the right hand down. Inhale, stay in high plank. Exhale, spin heels to the right, left foot on right as an option, and reach your left arm up. Keep those hips lifted. Exhale, look down, bring the left hand down. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, all the way down onto the belly and the chest. We untuck the toes, extend the arms back. Inhale, lift up with the chest and legs, knees and thighs off the mat, and we are squeezing with the glutes. With an exhale, frame your hands down, pressing the mat further away, taking a downward facing dog. Press with the finger pads, the knuckle pads, and keep lifting the backs of your thighs up into the space. Big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, empty, let it go. Now let's inhale, reach and extend the left leg up. And with an exhale, bring the knee towards the nose or the chest and press into the mat, so keep those hips hoisted. Let's take an exhale, step that left foot forward as we come onto the fingertips and take the chest forward. With the next breath, reach both your arms up, inhaling here, extending your arms up, fingers pointing up, coming into a high lunge. Exhale, bring the hands to your heart center as you twist and bring the right elbow outside of your left thigh. And you keep pressing that right thigh, back of the right thigh up into the space, keeping your torso nice and long here, spinning the left shoulder back. With an inhale, we're going to start to stay in the same twist, but just lift up with your chest. Take your arms out like T, palms facing down. Now turn so that your right heel comes down and you're coming into a warrior two. So that means that we're keeping that left knee, left ankle aligned. We're extending both the arms out, spreading into the shoulder blades. Right arm down on the right thigh, inhale, reach your left arm all the way up. Exhale, bring the left arm parallel to the mat first, then hinge forward and bring that left hand down. Reaching your right arm above right earlobe, spin the right shoulder back. Extended side angle pose. With an inhale, we are going to transition into goddess or temple. So both your toes are going to point out and heels are going to point in. And we're going to come into a nice squatting position. Knees are not going to come in, so they're not going to cave in. Instead, they are going to be drawing out. We're going to try and push the knees out, going in the direction of the pinky toe. So lift your chest, tuck your tailbone down and under. Inhale in goddess. And exhale, transition into, now facing again the top of the mat or in front of the mat and reaching both your arms up. Lift your chest up, high lunge. Exhale, we are coming in runner's lunge, arms down to the sides of the body, hinge slightly forward. And then inhale again, come back into a high lunge. Exhale, back to runners. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, runner's lunge. Pause in runner's lunge and start to lift that left leg up. Taking a warrior 3, holding for 3, 2, and 1. With an inhale, we are driving that left knee forward, reaching both the arms up. Don't worry about it if you're wobbly. If you step down with the left foot, come back to it. We're all humans, and it's absolutely fine. There's no need to be perfect in a practice. It's for our own good. All right, with an exhale, we're taking Garuda Asana. So wrapping that left leg around the right once. You can also tap your left toe down or again wrapping it around. Bending into your right knee, so taking a seat. Then right arm up and left arm under. Elbows aligning with the shoulders. And we are holding for a couple of breaths. See if you can squat deeper. With an exhale, unravel, step the left foot down, reach both your arms up. We're going to start to slow down pretty quickly now. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. And exhale, frame the hands down. Step back with both your feet into a downward facing dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, step or hop forward, feet crossing, going across or going to the back of the opposite wrist, and bring the seat down. And extend your legs forward. Flex the feet, heels are digging down, toes are pointing up. Lift the chest and keep your spine long. Inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, hinge forward. And come into a seated forward fold. Let your chest, keep going with your chest forward. And bring in a little softness in the head and the neck. With an inhale, lift your forehead up, walk the hands back towards the body. And that's our 20 minutes of the practice. So now is the time for you to take Shavasana if the time allows you. If you do have some time for yourself, please take this moment to be still, to integrate the movement, to integrate the body and the practice together. It's always a great opportunity to take Shavasana. If not, then join me in a seated position. As we bring the hands to the heart center, closing the eyes, gazing inward, bringing in the sense of gratitude for showing up on the mat and finding time for self-care. We honor the self, this body, this soul, and the practice. Thank you everyone for being here today, for being a part of this practice. So grateful for having you as a part of this community. I will see you in the next video soon. Till then, take care. Bye.